Crowfoot was the leader of the Blackfoot Confederacy of the First Nation peoples in the Canadian province of Alberta in the late 1800s. He was renowned for his bravery and wise leadership, and in the year 1884, representatives from the Canadian Pacific Railway sought his approval to take the transcontinental railway line through Indian Territory. The negotiations were successful, and Crowfoot was given a lifetime rail pass in gratitude for his approval of the project. A leather case was specially made for the pass. Crowfoot carried it around his neck wherever he went, but there is no record he ever used it. The rail network of a vast country was open to him, but he never used the pass to travel anywhere in Canada. He failed to accept the promise and opportunities that were contained in that pass. Abraham and the patriarchs were the recipients of a series of wonderful promises from God. The children of Israel inherited these promises. They were children of promise. But sadly, they often failed to claim and believe the promises that God had given them. Only during the reigns of David and Solomon did Israelite territory come close to what God had promised Abraham. Instead of becoming a great nation, Israel was often ruled by a foreign power. And when the greatest promise of all was fulfilled, the promise of the Messiah or deliverer, the people and their religious leaders were so blinded by their preconceptions that they rejected Jesus. Precious promises and the prospect of a glorious destiny were extended to successive generations, but a lack of faith and a rebellious spirit meant that most of the children of promise missed out. God is still willing and able to fulfill His promises. Indeed, Paul tells us that all God's promises are yes in Jesus. The most precious promise has been given to the whole world. We are to lift up Christ before the nations, and all who would look to Him will live eternally. How are you sharing the Savior of the world in your life?